gonna tiptoe around the issues.
Remember, we don't do woulda, shoulda, coulda, what up in here.
Barbecue and mildew time. Let's go. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Larry. This is the Dixon Way, all about the A Sports Talk. We give you that fire commentary on all our favorite sports teams: Braves, Hawks, Falcons, Bulldogs, and my wife's Gators. But anyway, we here to talk about these Hawks, and I got my boy Chris Moore, Tip, A1Forever. What up, bro? He always putting on for the city.
Chris Tip Moore, man, from the show That's Cooler and Fly to A1Forever Sports, where we be generational because it's always time to be. And don't settle for less because you can always have more with the vision. On here with the Dixon Way and PBJ. Sound like a damn good day, man. So, hey.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And A1 does excellent Atlanta content, guys. You know what I'm saying? So please, if you could, look in the description, click that link, run up the likes, run up the subs, do all that. Do all the things that you need to do to help this brother get in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to grow this community of Atlanta content creators. So yeah, whatever I can do is possible. But also, let's welcome in Atlanta beat writer for S.I. Sports Illustrated, Pat Benson. Hold on. I almost messed up. There we go. Hold up. There we go. What's going on, Pat? How you doing, brother? Welcome to the stream.
Well, thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm excited.
Thank you for coming, and both of you guys, we really appreciate it. My beautiful wife Shonda is behind the boards, so if you see the Dixon Way in the chat, make sure you say hello to the beautiful Shonda. All these graphics, the thumbnail that she created, is all her. You know what I'm saying? I woke up and she was like, "Hey, look at this." I'm like, "Wow, amazing." So yeah. So let's get to it, man. Atlanta Hawks coming into the 23-24 season.
Yeah.
There's a lot of optimism in the air. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of people are looking at it, and we didn't make a huge roster move like a Bucks or the Celtics. But I think a lot of people underestimating, what Wesley Matthews can bring defensively, championship mentality to this team. A better version of Solo, if I dare say. Patty Mills also, that tough bulldog type of point guard that'll get his nose dirty, can hit a three also and lead the team off the bench. Man, I'm really excited about it. But Pat, let me know what you think about this team, man.
I'm excited. First full off season with Quinn Snyder and the new front office. It's giving everybody time to gel. First full off season with Trey and DeJounte working together. So I think consistency and building on what they did last year is going to be key. Like you said, they didn't make any major moves, but sometimes just progression is good enough.
Yes.
Indeed.
What about yourself, Chris?
Oh man, coming into the season, a lot of people want the big splash. I mean, we all do. We're fans. We want to see the big names, but this year is going to be different. Quinn Snyder has put his hand fully on this team, so I'm expecting some big things this year, man. Definitely better than last year. Definitely not expecting the last two seasons, actually. Definitely not expecting no play-ins or anything like that. My expectations is, you know, um, at least, man, get to the 5 to 4 seed. Something I know it's gonna be tough, but this year it's got to be better than the previous years, man. So expectations are high, and I want to know something from you, Pat. Like as far as just your expectations from the Hawks and the fact that they are going with this player development and Quinn Snyder having a full year with his new coaching staff as well. Like, how do you feel and what your expectations are for the season?
Well, I guess DeJounte set the bar with can't be a play-in team anymore. So hopefully they squeak into the playoffs, not the play-in. I guess that's the goal. I think they'll pass the Brooklyn Nets, but other than that, I don't know how many of those teams that finished above them last year that they're going to be able to leapfrog because once again the East got better.
It did. It did, man. Did in a major way. And then the Hawks, just last season, they were number two in scoring actually at 118. The only problem is, and Pat, we had many conversations about this team before and how they had the seesaw effect.
Yeah.
So so the same amount of points you're scoring is the same amount of points you're giving up. Next thing you know, you look up and you're 26th in the league, and then opponents they have efficiency of 55%, putting us at 24th in the league. So
Yeah.
for me, man, defense has got to be better on that end first, actually, and also got to have a better start because last season Atlanta gave up 30 points in the first quarter and the second quarter, first half of games. Got to have better starts too, man, so we can have better finishes.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And also, they got to have literally better starts to the season. It seems like they dig themselves in holes past few years, and then it worked in 21 when they made that magical push late and went all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. But the last two
Right.
years, it's they've dug themselves too much of a hole. Literally can't they just can't fall back the way they did. Like, got to get out to a hot start.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I like what both of you guys said about the team, especially starting off hot. We can't expect. I know a lot of fans think, "Oh, well, they started slow. It's just the beginning of the season." I'm not worried about game 25 like I'm worried about game 76 or something like
Mhm.
that. I
Right.
think, unfortunately, I can't say that because I'm not in the locker room or anything like that, but it kind of felt like that. Like it was a extended preseason. We had to work our way out of it. You know what I'm saying? I understand that now. CBA, they basically worked out. They get less practices and stuff like that, like full practices and stuff like that. So they gotta, use it sparingly throughout the season. But yeah, I just have a better feeling about Coach Quinn and his staff. Getting these guys on track, and I've seen stuff in preseason I've never seen before. Like I'm sitting there rubbing my eyes, like, hold up, did I see Trey Young go on a backdoor screen and run around and run the pin downs like normally what Bogey would do? Hold on. Am I seeing? Hold on.
Right.
Is that number
And
11?
and on the defensive end too, man, he's
Oh
getting
my
more
goodness.
steals too.
Yes,
He's
he
getting
is
more
active.
steals.
He is definitely
Hmm.
active. I saw him break up an alley oop in
Yep.
one preseason game. So I'm like, hold on, man. I you know what? I know that Trey takes a lot of things to heart. He got the, hey, I got to prove everyone wrong. They're disrespecting me and stuff like that. But if he can channel that, and I think Coach Quinn is the right person to channel it in a positive way instead of trying to, put everything on his shoulders and then being weighed down, you know what I'm saying? And him, just putting that extra pressure on him. And I think he feels like he may trust his teammates, you know what I'm saying, and his coaching staff much better than he ever had any other coaching staff. So I have high expectations for this team. Sorry. But
Yeah.
also, Pat, I want to ask you, speaking about Coach Quinn and his staff, now that he has his full staff, development will be key, not only with Trey playing off the ball a little bit more, which I saw in preseason, but
Hmm.
also younger players. I don't think Kobe and Muhammad, I think they're
Yeah,
destined for College Park.
yeah,
But players like AJ, who made it to the All Star game as a rookie and didn't see that much action, I don't know if he hit the rookie wall or if, Coach felt more comfortable with Bogey since he was finally healthy, you know. But tell me about that aspect of AJ Griffin. I call him AJ Buckets. That's what we call him
yeah,
on the street. So, and we do live commentary through each screen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to
yeah.
be, and I just noticed how he's playing before Coach Quinn and afterwards. Please explain me, what do you think about that dynamic between Coach
Yeah,
Quinn
that's an interesting
developing?
point. I think AJ really started off the season hot. He exceeded all expectations that because we weren't even sure about his health and everything coming into it. Really, won us a couple games on some buzzer beaters. And then, as you
Hmm.
mentioned, he kind of hit that rookie wall, and that coincided with the arrival of Sadiq Bey and Quinn Snyder, and they're kind of shortening up the rotation because they're making a playoff push.
Yes,
So all three of those things kind of halted AJ's momentum. And all in all, I think he had a very, very solid rookie campaign, and we'll learn
Yeah.
a lot more about him this year. And I'm still very high on him.
me too, me too. What
Yeah,
about you,
man.
Chris?
Yeah, very high on AJ, man. It's just I'm glad that some of those crazy trades that we were hearing with him involved didn't fall through. And that's another thing too, because the Atlanta Hawks it is a mystery about AJ Griffin, and because he had such a great campaign as a rookie, and you want to see his development, you want to see what he's going to be, and you have to give him that opportunity. You can't just ship him off. I say the same things about other young guys, because we have shipped other guys off in the past before. So
Yes.
to give AJ a chance to really, what I'm saying, shine and see what he can do, I really enjoy seeing it. I like his game. He definitely one thing we know he can do is shoot that basketball.
He can
But
shoot
I
that
actually
thing.
like the fact that he is slashing now a little bit more. If you've seen him, he's starting to slash a little bit more. He's putting a little bit more spin to it. He's stepping through, what I'm saying, with the floaters. So his game is evolving. This 3-point shooting in preseason was a little off,
Yes, it
but
was.
it's good that he's getting that out and getting those reps, because it happens, and shooters shoot.
Yeah,
Shooters are
shooter's
gonna
gonna shoot.
miss, but
Yeah.
once they get going, that's what's where the Hawks gonna be beneficial at.
And he's a coach's son, which I really like. His
Indeed.
dad's an NBA coach. There's got to be. He's probably forgotten more basketball than a lot of us know. Just
Right.
absorbing that from his dad.
Yes. Yes.
Indeed. Hey Pat, I
Right.
got a question. I got a
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
question for you.
Mhm.
Okay, so our backcourt now: Trey Young, 42%, 42.7% actually from the field,
Oh,
and
hold. You said Trey
33.
Young? You
Yeah,
said
Trey
Trey Young?
Young.
Hold on.
Oh,
Ice trader gang. Ice trader gang. Ice trader gang.
All right, continue, sir.
oh, yes, sir, man. But yeah, Trey Young, 42.7% from the field and 33.1% from three. DeJounte Murray, 46.2%, and also ties a career high in his career from the field, and also 34.7% from three. I want to know, how important is efficiency of this Atlanta backcourt this year?
Yeah, it's all that's the name of the game. Basketball, it's turning into baseball in terms of, they're really trying to be as efficient as possible with advanced
Mhm.
stats and advanced metrics and everything. And,
Yep.
the Atlanta Hawks lacked some efficiency last year, at least in their scheme under Nate McMillan. I remember we were near the top of mid range shot attempts, but near the bottom of 3-point shot attempts. So,
Yeah.
being efficient is always the name of the game. And luckily, we have two guards who are capable of doing that. We have two guards who would, most teams would kill to have on their roster, and they both start in our
Indeed.
in our backcourt. So that's I
Indeed.
feel good about the backcourt.
What
Yeah.
about you, Larry?
Oh man, that's the key. Not only efficiency, but able to meld and mesh like Voltron to work off of each other better. You know what I'm saying? Both need to learn how to play off the ball a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? But I like Trey Young coming off pin downs, you know what I'm saying? Not being in his sunken place right there at the elbow, 30 feet away from the basket with his hand up. You know what I'm saying? I love what I'm seeing right now in preseason. I think it's
Hmm.
only going to get better. And the way Trey Young and DeJounte feed off each other is how we're going to roll. And the other person we can talk about, which I've been really high on, but kind of waned off lately, is DeAndre Hunter. We've been saying for the past 2 years that he's been the key to this Hawks team taking the next step. Um, what are your feelings about DeAndre Hunter coming into his fourth season and being an 18-point guy? You know what I'm saying? He did have an increase his last season. You know what I'm saying? Went up to 16 points, so we love that. But we need. It's just my opinion, man. I think that if DeAndre Hunter can become, an 18-point guy, I don't even know if it's enough shots game for him to be an 18 guy. To be honest, but if he can become an 18-point guy, 7 rebounds, I think rebounding is his weakest aspect. Also, rebounding one more than Trey Young in his career. That has to be better. But
Yeah,
what do you think
Chris, you want
about
to take
that,
that
man?
one?
Oh yeah, go ahead, Chris.
DeAndre Hunter, man. I was so high on DeAndre Hunter. Him and Cam Reddish, to be honest with you. But Dre a little bit more, just because what he could bring on the defensive end. Now Dre, I feel like he hasn't yet bloomed into what we thought he was going to be. And all the baby Kawhi, some phrases and stuff, we put that to bed a long time ago. Now we're just trying to see if you can be an efficient player, so a player who can produce on both ends, because that's what we drafted you for, to be a two-way player, pretty much. So guard the best defender. And I understand guarding the best defender is going to be a challenge night in and night out, but also you can do that and still have the ability to give something on the other end and not just get lost. Sometimes you'll see Dre and he just looks lost. And I mean, he just sometimes stands out there, and then yeah, he doesn't really get in there for rebounds. You never really see him do that. So I want to see him more active. Maybe Quinn can unlock something that the other coaches cannot, and which leads me to a quick question about just the team overall. Do you guys feel like, now that Quinn Snyder has his hand on this team, not taken away from the question. Matter of fact, I'm gonna hold that question because I still want Pat's answer to this too about DeAndre Hunter. But man, Dre, he just needs to step it up. He just needs to step it up. And this is it's we're tired of this. We need to see a player who can produce on both ends for the Atlanta Hawks, man, efficiently and consistently more than anything else. That word right there, consistently. What about you, Pat?
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I think it's consistency, reliability. Both one just staying on the court, and then two just reliability every night. We've seen him go off like he did during that Miami Heat playoff series, and then we've seen him go through some pretty painful slumps before as well. I'm just looking for consistency out of DeAndre Hunter at this point.
Yeah, man.
All right, I think we're all in agreement on that. Okay, so next player that I expect to have another jump is a Yucca Kongwu. I can't call him Big O, but I call him Double O. Yucca, I really like his skill set. I think his only weakness was boxing out, the natural ability to box out and go find a rebound like Clint Capella. A lot of people say, hey, we can just replace Clint Capella. But I think what makes the Hawks go is Clint Capella, especially defensively. Uh,
Mhm.
Now, in preseason, he stepped up that 3-pointer from the top of the key and was in. I think, didn't he have the best average in preseason? I'm pretty sure.
I don't know about. I'd have to look it up.
But yeah, Yucca Kongwu, if a Yucca Kongwu can really stretch the defense like that, oh man, that'll be such a weapon. I think our bench is going to be our strong point. When we went to the Eastern Conference Finals, we had a damn good bench. You know, that could
Mhm.
go in there. I remember Kevin Durant saying, "Man, they take their starters out, and then they got a whole nother starting lineup coming in. That's hard to beat." So what do you think about that, Pat? Yucca Kongu and our bench in general.
Yeah, it's an embarrassment of riches. We've got two great point guards and we've got two great centers, both of which could start on just about any team in the NBA.
Yeah.
And obviously, huge fan of Okongwu, and then Bogey provides a huge spark off the bench as well. Yeah, I think we have a very solid bench unit. It's just making it all work, and also it'll be interesting. We'll find out in the next about less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
Uh, about contract extensions. We're going to be
Yeah.
finding out in the next actually few hours about contract extensions for Sadiq Bey and for
Right.
Onyeko Okongwu. Last I heard, they were going kind of slowly, so I think that'll give us a little bit more of an idea about the organization's vision for the future regarding some of our bench players or fringe rotation players.
Okay.
Right. Because they
Hey,
did
Chris.
exercise what Jalen Johnson's and AJ Griffin's contracts.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, yeah, as
They did
expected.
exercise
That's
them
pretty easy.
already.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah, that was
that's a
easy
no
money.
brainer. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Jalen Johnson, man, he's not a starter yet, but how do you believe that the Hawks will use Jalen this year? Because I'm
We.
seeing some great things in preseason, and I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's great to see Jalen doing his thing because we didn't see any of him at all his rookie year, and then last year it
Mhm.
felt like he was just totally just shot out of a cannon being on the basketball court. So
Yeah.
I'm looking for another year, another big leap for Jalen, and there is kind of a hole at that four spot since John Collins left. I think Sadiq Bey's
Mhm.
feeling it right now, but yeah, it seems prime for Jalen Johnson to move in, and I think he's a more natural fit at the four than Okongwu is.
Likewise,
man.
man. I really like JJ's demeanor, his ability to push up the ball, and there's no more. Give me the ball. You know what I'm saying? Either from DeJounte or Trey. He like push it. You know what I'm saying? So in his decision making with the ball, at least in the preseason. I watched a lot of Skyhawks when he went because I was interested. I love the pick. But since we didn't get Cam Thomas, I was happy with him getting him also. Uh, I saw a lot of once they figured out that he could play point forward, he was dominating it with the Skyhawks, and that's why they brought him up. And I didn't see that when last year, but in preseason this year, I saw the same guy that I saw at Gateway, you know, but doing it on a bigger stage.
Heck yeah.
In my opinion, I think he could unlock one part of this defense that we've never had before, you know. And as long as he can hit like the open corner three, like a PJ Tucker, because driving, attacking the basket, creating his own shot for him and himself, we don't have nothing like that on power forward, small forward level. We don't.
No, it'd be nice to see Jalen step out and knock down some more threes. We saw a little bit of that last year, but it felt like he didn't fully trust his shot at times. But like you said, he can definitely create, and there goes my alarm, and he can definitely attack the rim.
Well,
yeah, you're absolutely right, man. Yeah, Pat, man, we know you gotta
get
ready
run.
to get up out of here, man. But we
Yeah, I
definitely
appreciate y'all having me.
coming in. Definitely appreciate you coming in, man.
All right,
Thank you
let's do
for
this again
coming
once the
in.
season gets rolling.
All right,
Oh
brother.
yeah,
Thank you for coming
definitely.
in.
We just wanted to get your thoughts, man, and we definitely thank you for coming on in.
Yep.
Thank you for having me. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Invitation is always open. All right, that was Pat Benson, S.I. Sports Illustrated, host, beat writer. Excellent job. Hold on, let me give applause. I wanted to give him applause, but he left out. That's all right. Hopefully, you'll see the replay. We really appreciate his time. The man is very busy, but he, and I appreciate you for getting him on, Chris.
Oh yeah,
Appreciate
no
you, brother.
problem, man. No problem with that, man. Yeah, Pat, man, we've done a few projects together in the past, so I wanted to get his thoughts anyway. So, and then we was already had this plan, so shoot, I ain't no better opportunity but the president to go ahead and just mesh the two and make it do what it do, man. So it was, I appreciate you for even reaching out to even do something like this, man. Yeah, just get his thoughts, and he had some very solid thoughts, man, about some of our players, man, and you just continuing about Jalen Johnson, man. Yeah, he can definitely play the point forward.
Yes.
He really is a 3 to me over a 4, but I like him at the 4 as well. And honestly, in some lineups, he can actually play the 2 depending on the lineup for real. He's just with athletic ability and length. I can see him actually playing like possibly the 2, like I said, in certain lineups, like secondary lineups.
Okay.
Nothing starter. But
I would say 3 or 4 is his niche. Also,
definitely.
He's been playing better defense in preseason also, and that's the biggest thing. Like if you're going to challenge either Sadiq Bey or DeAndre Hunter for their spot, or start to balance out the minutes, you're going to have to be able to play defense with Coach Quinn. So I'm really looking at it as I think that was the thing that really held him back in AJ Griffin. Their lack of defensive effort, you know what I'm saying, last year. When I look back on the season, but again, because we could score, we were number 3 in the league in scoring. So scoring wasn't a problem. It was stopping people from scoring was the problem. So we put guys in there. Yeah, we put guys in there who can actually keep the same level of defense, or maybe a little bit. Just don't drop off the map. And yes, and again, watching even some more effort out of Trae Young in the preseason. I want to see that carry over to the regular season. And you don't have to be no Pat Beverly. I just need you to take a charge occasionally and get your hands in the passing lanes and stuff like that. So I want to go to a couple of chats because we was talking with with Pat.
Yeah,
I just want to recognize everybody that's came into the chat. Let me go all the way back up in the chat.
Shout out to the Chizat. Chizat.
All right. So Demetrius Jeffrey in the building. John Higgins, both of y'all get that sound. Appreciate y'all coming through. Welcome back to the stream. I see y'all, fam.
Sir.
All right. John Higgins gave you a shout out.
Hey, thank you, brother.
New to cards. What's going on, man? Oh, he said, yeah, I turned up the mic. Hopefully you guys hear us better now. All right. All right, cool. All right, cool. So you guys can hear us. Magnificent My Imagine Man in the building. Please hit that like button, subscribe, share, follow. Do all the things that help us get in the algorithm, man. Y'all know you are enjoying this content, man. For real. Enjoying the membership program to get them sexy badge and those fire emojis. Yes, sir. Appreciate that. As always, Magic Man. Thank you. The artist formerly known as Magic Man, now he's Elite. He gonna change that name in 5 days, though. Cameron, what's going on, Cameron? How you doing? Take my question. Okay. I'm looking for the question. He said, I like HA.
Yeah, man.
Okay, I'm just looking to see if Hunter gets tunnel vision. We need more grit and grind from him. Yes. I agree with that. Do the cards. Matthew, what's going on, Matthew? How you doing, man? Appreciate you coming back to the stream. Okay. So, let's open up some questions for the chat. They heard Pat.
Mm-hmm.
They're hearing us. If you guys got any questions, put it up in the chat, and then we could talk about it. But yeah, we're going to continue on Jalen Johnson. Again, when I see Jalen Johnson catch that ball in the corner, he can either shoot, drive, or kick. And some of those touch passes, 1, 2, 3 to the open man, was beautiful. Like he caught it with one hand and threw that thing.
Bro, he's a great passer.
Yeah, he is, man. And
he is a great
it's
passer.
a shame that we didn't try to unlock that with the old regime. Trying to just make him a rim running alley-oop, make him John Collins, basically.
Well,
that's what they were trying to do.
He has more ability than John Collins.
Yeah, he does. Definitely.
Just his ball handling ability, we can stop the conversation there.
Oh yeah, man. Like John Collins trying to dribble down, you know what I'm saying, trying to back someone down. I don't know what it was. The dude is hella athletic and strong. It just seemed like he could never get that solid post position to, hit his little baby hook or turnaround jumper, you know what I'm saying, where he like it around, 7 to 10 feet. Yeah,
let's just be honest, bro. John Collins was pushed down the ladder of importance a long time ago. Shoot, man, really, it all started really when Trey was drafted, and they gave him the keys, and John was here. Like at first, when it was just Trey and John, at first it was kind of cool because that was the 1-2 punch. And then as you start adding other pieces, you bring in a Clint Capella, and next thing you know, he's taking all the alley oops and the pick and rolls and everything. Then you're adding other guys like Hunter and Cam Reddish at the time, Kevin Herter, all guys who are gonna need some type of touches. It went away from John Collins, and then we tried to make him a 3-point shooter, something that John Collins had no business being.
Because he was decent that first year, though. Like he was decent for 2 years, man. He even got up on
I never liked John Collins shooting threes.
I feel you, man. Personally. But you couldn't have, like, in modern basketball, you can't have two bigs that cannot shoot. No, so he kind of had to do that. If you have a center like Capella, who's an elite rebounder, not just a good rebounder, he is a top 5, top 3 rebounder in the National Basketball Association. You don't replace that with just anyone. So he had to do
almost 11 rebounds right there per game last year.
Exactly. You have to. So he had to adapt to that. I think John kind of hurt his career when he played with that torn ligament in his finger. He's never regained his touch. That's the problem, man. When he had that tennis ball knuckle, I was like, and we're playing against the Miami Heat, and I'm just like, bless his heart. I appreciate the heart. Yeah, but I mean, his knuckle looked like a fist on top of a finger. Like it was just, it was kind of bad. Did we lose? No.
Yeah, like
Okay, maybe I
feel
did that.
something
I'm
coming.
sorry, I did it. I'm sorry. Some way, somehow, I clicked you off. You go back.
Oh no, I was just talking about his hand.
Yeah,
And talking about like how I just looked, and when I first seen it, I was like, my goodness, and he's still playing with that. And to your to what you were saying, credit to what you were saying too. Like I felt the same way at one point in time. I was like, man, that hand just ain't been right really
no, it hasn't.
since he did that. So, it just, and not saying that he was just lighting it up, but he did seem like he shot better before that. I mean, it
Yes, he
just,
did.
just little things like that. It can happen. It
His
could be just that
putbacks
little
got
thing that does
scarce
something
too.
to your hand.
Yeah, his putbacks got scarce too when you really look at it. Like the putback dunks that he'll have, you know what I'm saying, just out of the blue, thunderous dunk over someone. Those because he's protecting their hand, and I understand it. But I mean, look, another aspect of it is we see it seems like a lot more camaraderie right now, at least in preseason with all the guys. I know
Right.
DeJounte took a couple of rookies under his wing.
Mhm.
Uh, Kobe looks like, I mean, sometimes if I don't see their number, then how he dribble the ball, how he comes up the court, how
Mhm.
he, you know what I'm saying, cross up, drive to the basket. He looked like a DeJounte clone to me. So hopefully that could be a great mentorship for Kobe
Mhm.
and as he grows in Gwinnett, because all our young guys, man, I think we're gonna be at least a 5 seed with Coach Quinn's direction. Uh,
Yeah.
as long as all the players buy in to the system, execute to the best of their abilities. If we could be middle of the pack defensively, especially on the perimeter, I
Mhm.
think we got an excellent chance. But that was our problem: perimeter defense, and defense overall, man, was a problem for the Hawks. They could score with the best of them, and that's with they could score with the best of them, and that's with all the injuries and stuff like that. I don't know why it's cutting off, but that's where all the injuries, the bogey and this, that, and the third. So you go ahead and jump
Yeah.
on that, Chris.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're absolutely right, man. And then just going into the season period. About to say, oh, dang! I think my screen just did something weird.
I see you.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what was just going on. It just did something like my whole screen had just went white for a second. I don't know
Oh
what's
my
going on.
goodness.
Yeah, man. They're trying to stop us, man,
Nah,
on
they
the
can't
quick
stop us.
game,
The
man.
Gremlins trying to do something, but they ain't stopping
Yeah,
nothing.
man. I wanted to actually real quick get your thoughts about our opening game against the Charlotte Hornets, man.
Oh, I
eh,
can't
I, I
wait to play the Charlotte Hornets because it
yeah,
seemed like they
man.
were our kryptonite even without LaMelo in three
That,
out of the 4 games.
that's why I wanted to get your thoughts about them because yeah, last year, boy, when I say it just seemed like every time we played Charlotte, boy, it just like they just turned into the Monstars out there or something, man. I don't know what was, bro. It was just
It
crazy.
wasn't that. It was literally Nate McMillan watching it happen with his arms
Watching it,
folded like this.
bro. You absolutely right. I'm talking about shoot, man. Some of them games I was there looking like, What's
Dude,
going
call the
on, man?"
timeout.
Bro, like
Call
what we
a
doing?
timeout. Call it.
That man just to be sitting there, just watching. I understand trying to let them figure it out and everything, but come on, y'all. A lot of
Let him
those
figure it
games
out
against
and give some direction also. Like, I
there
see
you go.
Coach Quinn do so much. Like, if Trey do something like that, Coach Quinn walked on the court, walked right by Trey. It was like, that was some effing bullshit, right, Trey? You can see, and then the camera cut away. But you can see, like, he's like, come here, man, come here. And every time, like,
That's what he
every
needs.
player coming off the court, he talks to them. They don't just go to the end of the bench with their head down, looking for a towel for the towel boy to grab it. He's like, no, 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 come here. Coaching
Yeah.
goes on all the time. I think that's what we needed, man. So many times it just felt like you guys should know this. You're professionals. Figure it out. No, dude, you're the
Mhm.
coach. The coach is supposed to be the adult in the room. Hey, guess what? Why are you ending the game with 3 timeouts in your pocket? Are they
Bro, I
coupons that
had
could
really
be
did that.
redeemed at Waffle House? Like, what's going on? What are we
Bro,
doing here?
I couldn't believe that. I'm like, bro, you can't take them with you. I remember saying it on the video. I was like, you can't take them with you. I don't know what you're holding on to them for. And going back to real quick about Charlotte, we lost that series. We only won one game against them that year.
Yep.
We gave up a lot of points to them. They scored over 100 every game. But man, 122 here, 122 there. Then what? One game I think we gave up like 144, 145
The,
to
yeah, the
Charlotte.
only game we won was when LaMelo played.
Yeah, it was like I remember that game. 106, 125. Yeah, 106,
That's
125
the
in that
only
game.
game we won, and that was when LaMelo
Yep.
played. Like, that's
Because I
disgusting.
remember you go ahead, you
Yeah,
said
go ahead.
LaMelo played what?
No, that was the only game we won is when LaMelo played. The
Right.
other games he never played, and we got blown out. See, that's the
Man.
problem.
Got
When your
Dennis Smith
head coach
Jr.
would
going
just
off.
let it happen, watch the avalanche happen, and step in front of the avalanche. Not telling everybody, come on, get in the cabin. Nah, let's just sit there and watch it. Maybe it'll go past us.
Man, I just really just want to see the improvement. It's like honestly, it's like it's really a gift. You really look at this game on opening night, Wednesday night, against these Hornets on the road. First of all, it's on the road. That's one
Yes.
extra point I got to add. It's on the road. It's Coach Quinn. He's had his time with the team. He's got his coaching staff. This is fully his team now. And what he's added to these guys, having them playing with more effort. We see more effort on the defensive end. That's mostly where I was looking. I mean, offense, it was definitely looking good, but mostly on the defensive end and how aggressive they were being on the defensive end. It seemed like they were talking a little bit more, something they didn't do enough of last year as well. And coming with these Charlotte Hornets, a team that beat you in the series 3-1, Coach Quinn can finally, we can finally see what he has done, what improvements he's really made when the lights are really on and it's really time to shine. So I'm interested to see it, man. It's really a gift us playing these Charlotte Hornets, and hopefully we can get after it and have these fast starts and not hurt ourselves in the early part of the season and be scrambling later on. Like it's a good test, man. So I'm prepared. I'm happy for that.
Yeah. With Charlotte, one thing I don't know is Bridges fully reinstated now?
Man, Bridges, honestly, I don't even know if he's gonna be able to play. I thought I had read something the other week with him violating the restraining order or something like that
Oh, goodness. Yeah,
he
he
has
done.
against
He's
him.
done. Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, so I think he has a hearing. I didn't look for fully into it. I tried to stay out of players' personal
Yeah,
affairs,
me too. I was
but
just wondering if he was going to be available. Not like it really meant anything, but PJ Washington, all these dudes, just was just destroying us. So, I
yeah.
feel like with Coach Quinn, I think we're going to have a new direction. I think we're going to start off on the right foot and win by at least like 10 points on the road. Charlotte is still in rebuild mode.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan just sold the team.
He did.
Uh, so yeah,
Pay him
they
some
got a
money.
lot of rebuilding to go. Melo's on that deal, but I don't know if they're gonna trade him and start over. Um, I don't think there's any generational. I had to look at, you know, early scouting for who
Right.
is the next coming in. But I mean, I think he's a great piece to start with, but
Mm-hmm.
he definitely needs a running mate
Yeah,
on
he
that team. Definitely, yeah,
needs a
they
running mate,
definitely gonna be.
big man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Charlotte's in
he
the
need a few
worst
things.
way, but that helps out the Hawks because they're in our division. We need to come
Yep.
in and play well and win this first game, and then the second game against the Knicks. Now, that's gonna be, Hawks and
Oh, yeah,
Knicks.
you already know
That's
what
prime
time it
time.
is then.
Yeah, Hawks and Knicks.
Yeah, you
So
know what time it is.
yeah,
Man,
guy,
it's just another thing too, bro. I want to win this division too. I want to, I'm tired of Miami winning the division. I want to win.
we
I
were
want to
right
be able
behind
to,
them,
yeah,
but
really.
again, I don't know if we're
It was,
gonna win it, man. That team, they are supremely coached.
I would say
And
that.
defensively, they are better than us. Uh, I think that carries them throughout the regular season. Uh, it's gonna be a good matchup because it's a button rivalry, and Trey and Jimmy always going at it on social media. So I look forward to it personally, but I want people not to overlook Orlando. Orlando got a lot of young
Yeah,
talent down there, the two Wagners and Paulo.
man, I like them Wagner boys.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Uh, I don't want Hawks fans to think that it's going to be a cakewalk. We play Orlando and be surprised when we're in a dogfight with them. They got a lot of nice young talent, and they're a bigger team also. So,
Yeah, they are a big team.
yeah,
They like to
but
play
no
that
point
big
guard. So
unit.
hopefully, yeah, no legit PG. So hopefully we'll be able to capitalize on it.
Yeah, cause they
All right.
using what they using Fultz, I believe, is their point guard. I think
Well,
that's
did he resign? Because I thought he was a
yeah,
free
he's
agent.
still there. He's still there. So I know they
Okay.
have him.
Okay.
Um,
What a
but
turnaround in his career, man. I'm
yeah, I'm
happy
happy
for the
for him,
kid
man. You
because
know,
he definitely was a bust in Philly. But Philly, you know what I'm saying, being in Philly and being there with, Coach Brown there, you had to be a spectacular talent like Joel Embiid to survive that. You know what I'm saying? That bad coaching. And hence why Lloyd Pierce came from that coaching tree, but we don't have to talk about him.
yeah,
Overall,
man.
what do you think our record's going to be this season? Since you want us to win the division,
I
what
do.
is the record that you think our Atlanta Hawks will have to secure the bag on the
To,
Southeast Division?
to secure the division, we need 50 wins,
50 of them
flat out,
things. Okay.
flat out. I'm not going with 49 because I've thought about this question already. Like, I gave it some real thought, and 50 games. I know it sounds like a lot out of 82, and it is, but I believe that can secure your spot for the division and also probably get you in the top four aspect because I know it's gonna be tough on paper, like Pat was saying. Even it's gonna
Yeah.
be tough to leapfrog some of these teams because they've made strides. The Celtics, with
Yeah.
the Bucks, man, they Bucks got Dame Lillard is in the Eastern Conference now.
Yeah.
So you got that, and he's with Giannis. You got Porzingis rocking with Tatum and Brown.
Yeah.
What you
With
got
Drew
Embiid
Holiday.
with Drew Holiday,
Yeah.
which was crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, you still got Philly out there. They're still going to be tough as long as they got Embiid and Maxi, who came along. Maxi is really saved, and I don't know what's going to go on with Harden. I don't know how much that's going to hurt them, but I mean they're still going to be a top team.
Yeah.
Cleveland has made a stride. They added some shooting in the offseason.
Yeah, they
So
did. They
it
got
is some
Struess.
yeah,
Yeah, to
yeah, they
balance
got
that
Struess
lineup.
and they went and got old boy Niang or something like that. Yeah, they
Yeah,
go and got
Niang.
him from
Well,
Philly.
yeah, yeah.
So
They got
as a
Niang from
utility
Philly.
shooters. So that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. They got him too. They trying to improve. So it is some teams out there that has improved. So we really is which makes it
Also the
more
Knicks,
important
the
with
Knicks.
player development and the coaching to it's in the shine because we didn't make a lot of moves. We didn't make really more moves like that outside of what Patty,
Yeah,
Wesley, and stuff like that. So, but those are utility players, like you were saying earlier, that we need. So
definitely,
we'll see
definitely.
how it goes, man. I got high hopes for the Hawks. Always gonna have high hopes for the Hawks because you still got to go out there, regardless of who's on paper. You got to go out there and play the game, and that's what
Yes.
keeps me optimistic. Along with Quinn Snyder, along with the fact that Trey and Quinn are actually getting along. So we're gonna see how long that lasts, and hopefully, I can see it lasting. I'm not even gonna put any doubt on it. I see it lasting.
Okay. Well, that just leads. I like your 50 game call because we got new to cards that says that I believe we blew over 20 10-point leads while Nate was a part of a lot of them. My question is, how do you
Affirmative.
become more consistent? And that's what it is. If you take away half of those incompetent losses,
Yeah.
it could have been coach correctable. We were 42 and 42.
Mm-hmm.
So take away at least half of those. Say it's half on the players, half on coaching. All right,
Mm-hmm.
just being fair, even though I thought it was like 90-10.
Oh yeah, I'm
Uh,
with you. 95-5.
yeah, I really did. But even if you give them the benefit of the doubt and say 50-50, then that's 52 wins right there.
There you go.
Okay. So I do think that coaching matters. Talent obviously is the main point. But if guys are in the wrong system, if guys are being used the wrong way, they'll never fulfill their potential. You know what I'm saying? So uh, I have a good feeling about this team. I too think that we should win the division. Um, I think that it's going to be
And
hard against Miami
yeah,
because again, Miami has been to the finals. You know what I'm saying?
but
2 out of
but
3 years.
they so confident down there, and they have the right
Exactly.
to be. But that's where we come in, and we have to show this development and the coaching. Everything has to mesh so we can go ahead and surprise Miami. And because I got friends in Miami, and we've already had early basketball talks, and honestly, as far as the division goes, they already feel like they have it locked up. I'm just to
Yeah.
be honest. They
Yeah.
don't feel like no one's gonna take the division, and they also feel like they're gonna make it to the finals yet again. Like it's real. It's a lot of confidence down there in Miami right now, despite everything that's happened. They still feel like, man, we probably end up in the finals, even with all this. So
Well, they
we
are
got to
battle
overtake
tested.
them first thing and foremost and get that division. I think that's going to
Yes.
give Atlanta a lot of attention, because we haven't won a division in what a few seasons, but once about 3 seasons, was it? Is it about 21?
Yeah. Yeah.
21.
21.
We was
Yeah.
there, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
so 21, about 3 seasons coming into now. So yeah, man, I want to get back to the top. I want Atlanta to be the talk of the town, man. And I'm talking about in good ways, man. It's just Atlanta. It's time for the Atlanta Hawks to show something, man. For the city, it's time for the city to see the Atlanta Hawks do something, man. We got
Yeah.
close. 2021. Still looking for that referee who Trey stepped on his foot. Still
And
looking
then,
for that referee.
but see, man, don't bring me back. My mod is a Bucks fan, so we always talking about that. But
yeah, man.
I just I really look at the Hawks right now. If they could be middle of the pack defensively,
Yeah.
uh, I think they'll be a playoff team. I think
Oh,
they'll
we
be at
talking about
least
rankings.
uh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
because offensively we definitely was one of the we was top 3 in the league offensively.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So defensively we could step up, especially our steals. I love the zone we're implementing. You know, that's another thing
Hmm.
that I saw in preseason. That we
Yeah.
were on a string, we were talking during the zone. If we can implement more zone to help, cover the deficiency with Trey and other people, when Bogey's out there, instead of getting people on the island, you got to come into a zone now. Yeah, let's see you break it now.
I'm
Is it gonna
telling you.
work in every? Is it gonna work on every team? No, but there is a different dynamic that was not coached up by the previous regime. So I'm
Yeah, yeah.
saying you said 50. I'm saying 52 wins. Uh,
We're gonna need somewhere around in that area for
I
sure
said 52
to
wins
secure it.
if we can make our potential breakout player of the year for the Hawks, Jalen Johnson.
That's a
Uh,
nice pick.
I think more people feel they know what Yucca Kongu is going to do, but Jalen Johnson around the league, no one knows what this kid can do. I think Coach Quinn is the one to unlock him, and
Hmm.
he brings a dynamic that we haven't had on it. I'm liking what I'm seeing. A lot of guys is going to be with the Skyhawks. I like that also, but I don't want anybody on here wasting away on the bench. They
No.
can't properly find a place for AJ Griffin to play, at least 10 minutes a game, then send him down to College Park and let him play and develop. 'Cause you can't develop sitting there traveling, what I'm saying, on the road and just sitting there. And you do
Right.
get to practice with the big team, but nothing is like playing against other competition who's actually trying to beat you, you know.
Right.
So
Right. Well,
uh,
I see AJ playing the two and sometimes the three. Depends on what's going on with the
yeah,
lineup. So he should get definitely over 10 minutes per game. Hopefully, he can get at least about 20. At first, I wanted him to get more minutes, but we just got to see with other guys like the Wesley Matthews and the Garrison Matthews, and guys who are going to come in and Patty Mills, guys who are going to come in and definitely get minutes. So you got to take that in accountability, especially because he's a young guy.
Yes. All right, man. Well, we're about to wrap this up, man. We done gave our predictions on the season. Yeah, I think Coach Quinn effect gets us a 10 game. I think he's worth 10 more games on the season. That's how much faith I have in Coach Quinn. I think the Hawks are a 52 win team. We win the Southeast, and we host a playoff game. And we host a playoff game. Now, if we really start fast, oh yeah, before you get out of here, what do you think about the end game, in season tournament? Hold on. Your sound went out, brother. Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. There you go.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I ain't even realize that it had went out. They didn't give me no notification, no nothing. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, the end season tournament, it's just another thing to get people, into the season, NBA season a little earlier. I know, right now it's kind of football time for a lot of people, and that's the
Mm-hmm.
only thing really what it is. I mean, I wasn't. If they would have done, even if they didn't do it, I wouldn't have batted an eye either way. I mean, I'm
Okay.
gonna still watch basketball and football, so it didn't matter to me either way. It's just, but I understand what they're doing, especially with the NFL now invading the Christmas games. What I'm saying, that's something the NBA kind of had, but now
Yeah.
in NFL is going to be on Christmas too. So they got to do different things to try to counter the NFL, which is right now the mecca really of sports right now as far as
Yeah. It's the
revenue
biggest.
and everything.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah, I understand it. I don't know. I need to see how it works. Kind of like the play in. I was
yeah, it's
skeptical
kind of like
about
the
the
play
play
in.
in. I love the play in now. Not
Yeah, the play
because
in is a good
someone,
idea.
yeah, not because a team gets in like they're not supposed to, but more on the fact that teams actually don't just sit there and openly tank like they used to. Because
Yep.
there's a carrot right there to play. Now, will any of them advance? No.
Possibly not.
But it's still have people playing to the end of the game. And guess what? If you don't make it in, guess what? You're down there at the end of the lottery. You know what I'm saying? So you're still getting in the lottery, but you still played your heart out and you just weren't tanking. It's a better experience for the fans who pay their
Yep.
hard-earned money to come and see these guys.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and the rule about uh, the players taking off rest load management rule.
Nah.
Um,
Yeah. I was happy to see that.
yeah,
About you got to play a certain amount of games to even get recognized for certain awards and all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, man, because you got some people that buy tickets to see players, and the players are sitting in street clothes like them. And
yeah,
that's a very terrible experience for a fan. And I've been through that before. So it's just like, come on, man, that's the reason why I bought this ticket. But
yeah,
so I understand exactly what's going on with that. And I was happy to see it. And you got players like Anthony Edwards, Georgia boy, who, so we're speaking on stuff like that, hey
yeah,
man,
yeah.
somebody
Shout
that's
out to
coming to
him,
see
man.
me. Yeah, somebody's coming to see me, and that old school Kobe mentality. Like, what about the person that's never seen me play? And they spent their money to finally get to see me, and then I don't show up. It's
Yeah,
just, it's just all about gratitude for the game and respect for the game and respect for the fans who spend their hard-earned money to come see you play.
yeah.
Because I'm just saying, if we all decide to just watch it from our television, they'll be in trouble.
For real, for real. Even though they make their money off television
Oh yeah,
revenue
of course,
more than
but
butts in the seat, those paid basically the executives stuff like that. Um, yeah, and the players is all about that TV money. But yeah, I
yeah,
agree, man. Now, Kawhi Leonard won't agree, but I agree, man. I mean, it has to be a standard, man. When I grew up watching people, they played all the time. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And when they didn't play, they were actually hurt. You know, so yeah, this is still entertainment, guys, and we know that we want our athletes healthy. For someone like Kawhi, it's kind of he needs to do that because he can't stay healthy. Period. I mean, really and truthfully, Kawhi probably should have retired after the Raptors um, championship. To be honest, just his body, you know.
Yeah,
But again, you know what I'm saying? There has to
take
be a
his
healthy
injuries.
balance. And I think that if you really they got that little clause if you're over a certain age, you know what I'm saying, you can prevent it. You can do it because you're preventing, if you got injury history, then
Yeah,
it's they'll let you slide. That's the concession they gave to a Kawhi Leonard or someone like that. Or LeBron,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, who's a certain age. And you
yeah. I
don't
about to
want them
say
to get
probably
more than
age
that.
for him because he ain't had me injured.
Yeah,
He missed
yeah,
many
yeah.
games
Yeah. Oh
as
no,
far as
LeBron's a
injury.
specimen. Yeah.
And until like further in his career, he really just now starting to get hurt this past couple years.
True, true, true.
Yeah,
All right,
man.
guys. Well, this has been a great show. I appreciate you coming
Hey,
in, Chris.
thank you,
And thank
Larry.
you. And thank you for getting Pat to come in. We
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
his time. We appreciate everyone in the chat. You guys came in. Uh, we'll be trying to do these weekly, uh, rotating and have people on. I know a lot of people's schedules are busy, especially during the basketball start
Indeed.
kicking off. So, but I'd like to thank you, Pat Benson, and everyone who watched in the chat and who will watch this on replay. It's your
Yes.
boy Larry. This is the Dixon Way, Atlanta Hawks in review. And yeah, peace up. A-Town down.
It's
Please shout
down.
out your channel, brother, before
Oh
we get up
yes,
out of
man.
here.
You can find me A1Forever Sports on YouTube, Twitter or X, Twix, whatever they want to call it nowadays. A1 Rock. That's A1ROC. Also TikTok. You can find me on there too at the real A1 Forever. So I drop a little few things on there. And Instagram A1 Forever. So yeah, man, you can find me on any one of those platforms. And come on by, man. We'd love to have you.
All right, that's awesome. That's awesome, guys. Just click in the description. You see the link is chat, man. Please go over there and hit the like, hit the subs. Got some great content over there. I go over there. You should too. But yeah, we up out of
Sure.
this thing, man. As always, putting on for the city. Peace up.
Peace.